Hey guys, I'm Chris.
And I'm Sasha.
We are your host of Two is Better Than One, a podcast about business, family, and relationship.
Hi, boys and girls.
Welcome to Chris's Funhouse. That's creepy. Don't do that. Okay, go. What do you want to ask me? What do you want to ask me, sir?
All right.
I'm gonna start asking you if you don't ask me. Mine are gonna be personal.
What is your favorite way to show affection?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the person. I'm not a hugger. Which is funny because you and the kids, obviously I like to hug, but everybody else I don't. I don't know why. I feel like they're in my personal space. So I would say depending on the person, it depends on how the affection is shown. So when it comes to you, I like to hug you. Mm-hmm. Like squeeze you status. When it comes to someone that I care about, same thing. When it comes to the kids, I like to give them kisses, a lot of kisses on their forehead or their face, or like make it so they can't move, in a fun way.
Right.
If we're talking about on a more intimate level, like relationship, like me and you, I would say I enjoy touch. Like if you hug me and we stay there for a second and just not say anything, I like that. I like roughhousing. Roughhousing with you is a lot of fun. To me, that's a good way that's a good way in our way of affection. Not beating on each other, obviously, but like wrestling and stuff. I like that. But when it's people that I don't actually like, really,
Like what, acquaintances?
Well, because there's some people that they can see somebody walk in and they say hi and they hug them and they hug everybody, and I just can't do that. Oh. I can't. I feel like, I don't know.
Talking to other people in the room.
I can talk.
Status. Or, yeah. Just like going around, you enter a room and there's a couple people.
Like, okay, think about this.
You do handshakes?
I would rather do a handshake or like a touch on the shoulder or something. It's funny because I don't.
So how do you like people? How do you like receiving?
Just say
affection?
Hi.
That's it.
Well, for me or from like acquaintance, from acquaintances.
So a random just walks up like, "Hey, how are you?"
No, I would feel awkward if somebody hugged me.
Okay, well, not random. Okay, maybe you're at somebody's house and one of their friends walk in and they want to introduce you, so they walk over to you and they go, "Hi," and
I say hi back, and we keep our distance. Yeah.
They come over and they give you.
They give me a hug. Yeah, and I would
grab your butt.
I'd punch them in the face. But say somebody gave me a hug that I didn't really know. Oh, hi, I haven't seen you forever. You know that back hug, that half back hug where you pat them on the back, where your hands really, you're patting them, but you're really not patting them on the back. It would be something like that. Because, I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like people in my space. If I want somebody, like, think about it growing up. Whenever family, I don't know how this is for other cultures, but in the Hispanic, the Latin world, when you go into, that's going to get stuck on your hand. You know that, right?
I'm fine.
Okay. When you go into a party or a gathering and your family's there, you have to say hi to everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. If they're there, you got to say hi to them. And your aunts, your cousins, everybody wants like full-on hugs and kisses on the cheeks and stuff like that. That was always awkward for me.
Okay, well, let's talk about business-wise. You're walking in and you're meeting a couple of your clients at a gathering, a Christmas party or whatnot.
They're actually my personal clients.
They're your personal clients. They're.
I think it depends on the person too, because some of my clients that I've had, I would hug without a thought. without a second thought. And then there's other clients that I, high five. Awkwardly. Yeah, awkwardly.
What?
Yeah, it depends on the person, I'm telling you. It depends. And then there's others that we just say hi. You give the half hug. This is a half hug. You know what that is? You don't really want to touch the person, but you like, that's mine. What about you?
I would say I'm kind of like that bro hugger. I like if okay, let's say I'm seeing a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a really touchy feely person because I'll laugh, and I don't know why my hands have to touch the person that I'm hanging out with, that I'm enjoying myself around. So.
But anybody?
I've been called out on it. No, these are friends.
Okay.
These are friends or family members or whatever. So if I laugh, I usually laugh really hard and then grab onto them and then shake them at the same time while we're both laughing. And they're looking at me like, dude, why are you like shaking the hell out of me?
Shaking baby syndrome.
Yeah, shaking baby syndrome. Relax, bro. And or if I haven't seen you, I will, I would give the whole dap. I will, we would clasp hands. I'll reach around, smack their back. You know what I mean? Bring them in to the chest thing. If I like them, if I don't like them, I'll just say, "Hey, man, what's up?" I throw my hands up in there, like like if I'm giving them a wave.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, you know what I mean? I kind of give people that. If I don't, yeah. If I don't care to. If we're in a rush or whatever, you know what I mean? The people will get that. Now, in regards to clients or, business people or whatever, I
work people, yeah.
Yeah, I give them the handshake. Unless I really don't like them. Like my boss.
Then what do you do?
When I work at Redacted. I won't even give them a handshake. But normally, like if it's a supervisor or whatever, I would give them a handshake. Look them in the eye.
Wait, you're looking in the eye of the people you don't like?
No.
Oh.
Do like, don't like, whatever. But I try to get myself to look people in the eye when I'm talking to them or whatever. Because, it's very easy for me not to. Because it got to the point in my life at work where I want to easily forget them. So I just don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. When I'm doing deliveries or whatnot, I don't even. I'll say, "Hey, what's up?" while I walk to the back, open up the door or whatever, and don't even lock eyes with anybody in that building.
You have a very, to me at least, is a very obvious fake interaction. There's a fake voice. Fake. You do the same mannerisms, and I don't mean fake like you're being phony. Like you're really backstabbing this person. I mean, like you don't really know them, but you're trying to be kind at the same time.
Right.
So, but that actually, I got a question for you. Has somebody ever gone in to kiss you on the cheek and kissed you right on the corner of your mouth? Like somebody that you're not dating, could be a family member or a friend, where they gave you a kiss and it was too close to the corner of your mouth.
I would say yeah.
And you're like,
I would say
that's
I don't
awkward.
really remember. I think Christian did that once.
That doesn't count.
Awkward.
That's our kid though.
Yeah, but still,
it's awkward. But I'm talking about
mouth.
like an adult.
No, yeah, but I think that's happened before.
That's happened to me many times. Many times, more times than I would hope to admit.
They were probably aiming for your cheeks, but your cheeks are so big and everything like that, they just missed because you moved your face. You do that a lot.
I move my face?
Yeah.
How dare I? How dare I move my face? Wait, is that my face going back and forth? That's the noise it makes?
Yeah, that's the sound. There's a shaking no.
No. Because I don't like it. It's crazy. I just don't like.
You love it.
No, I don't. I honestly don't. All right. So I'm going to ask you one more personal question.
Why?
And then you can ask me the one you wanted to ask me for on your list. Let me pick one because I got a lot here.
So you're gonna do dead air on
No.
a podcast?
No.
That sounds like a brilliant, entertaining.
Okay, don't be a jerk. I can edit.
Edit? No, that's not the point. You're not supposed to be editing like that.
Stop it. Can you stop?
That's me writing my lyrics.
Wait.
If this was like Eminem's, you know what I mean, 8 Mile, just sitting there. Dear Stan, I hope you call her out or whatever.
Oh, you don't even know it.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Do I?
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's love at first sight for only like husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend love. I think it's
Which means that you did not have love at first sight when you saw me.
I did actually.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You're such
And
a
I had
freaking liar.
lust at first sight.
Yeah, man, I believe in that. I don't believe in love at first sight.
No.
Because
So
what-
you did not love me
I don't
when
believe
we
in love at
first
first
saw
sight.
each other.
Because if I believe that,
Right.
then then that means I believe that love at first sight for you. But what happens if I have love at first sight with somebody else while we're together?
Why would you say that?
Exactly. I don't believe in it. It's bullshit.
But no, it's okay. It's not. It's not. That's what I was about to say before. Because
Because you could love more than one person.
yeah, it's different. Well, and you mean like relationship? I'm talking about like I saw our kids love at first sight type of deal. Then there's relationship, love at first sight. Then there's friends. Sometimes you make a friend and it's like
No.
that's what I was talking about.
What?
You're
Who the
talking.
hell- I loved my best friend at first sight.
You're a dude. It's
No.
different.
That's silly.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Silly and
different.
it's
I feel like
incorrect to
no,
me.
it's not. It's not incorrect. Just because you don't agree with doesn't make it
Yeah,
incorrect.
can guys and girls be friends?
No, I'm not talking about that with you.
What? On the podcast?
No, they
Okay,
cannot.
everybody. Can
They-
guys and girls be friends?
No,
Why?
because you just
Best
can't.
friends.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, as long as you're not in a
Besties.
relationship.
Okay, even when you're in a relationship, you're just friends.
No, there's always somebody's always interested. One person
Nah,
and the other is
There's
always
people
interested.
on the podcast that don't believe that.
Like who? You mean people listening?
People listening.
Oh, but that's not. I don't care. That's what I believe. That's my opinion. I don't think you can.
That
I think.
is very true.
I think there's acquaintances that you have. There's
And you learned this the hard
coworkers.
way, did you not?
Don't even go there.
Yeah, you learned this.
No,
You learned about this
I
the
knew-
hard way.
No, I was in denial. I knew that wasn't possible. It's just people. You
For the record,
don't
I
don't.
taught her that. What?
You didn't teach me. You
I
didn't
told
teach
her
me
that
anything. You
there
didn't
is
teach
no
me
such
anything.
thing as boys and girls being friends, because there's always one that's more in the friendship column. So the man could say, yeah, that's my girl. She's cool as hell. You know what I mean? That's my best friend.
Oh,
And she's
goodness.
sitting there. Oh, I know. The moment they break up, the moment she needs. You know, he breaks up with his girl. I'm gonna swoop in and I'm gonna
She
be
doesn't
there
need.
for him.
But first of all, she don't need to swoop in.
Yeah,
She's already there.
she's already there. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's already in the door.
Yeah, she's already there. It's different. The guy will have to swoop in if it was vice versa.
And vice versa. The
If it's
guy's
a
like,
female,
yo.
that's
That's
you
it.
know, in love with the guy or it wants to date the guy,
Mhm.
they don't have to swoop in. They're there already because men are simple.
Yep.
So it's different. No, but I don't think men a true friendship. There's always they can be friends, but in the sense of one person's always interested in the other.
Yeah, there being sex, the idea of sex or whatever, I don't believe that the different genders can be best friends in regards to like that. You know what I mean? Like there will always be one that will be willing to put the friendship on hold or destroy it for the idea of sex with that person, or just being with. So yeah, I'm in the friend zone. That's my friend, and then all of a sudden,
You sound like you're talking from experience.
I am from you.
I never put you in the friend zone.
No, not from me. Someone else was. Some other people were in the friend
yeah,
zone.
but that was obvious what that was.
Yeah.
And that was before me and you, so make sure you clarify that.
Even
No,
before.
No.
That was a best friend who
Yeah.
would have trashed.
Yeah,
you
but
were even pregnant. You even had a kid. So they didn't even care. They were like, "Hey, girl,
I
I'll
was
be your baby.
pregnant at that time.
I'll be your baby daddy."
That's not what they said, but anyways. And what happened after that?
All right, so
what happened after that conversation?
You lost a best friend.
I didn't lose. I chose to. I
Yes,
cut
you,
a best
you
friend.
cut a best friend. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not a real best friend because he would have left it all.
But
He would have took the chance.
But the funny,
leap,
you know what the
the
funny
leap of
thing is?
faith.
Wait a minute. The funny thing is, it's not like I was delusional to that. I already knew that. He knew that, and I knew that. But
you try to tell me, that's just a friend.
Because on my end, it was just a friend.
Yeah.
On his end.
You haven't heard Joe Rogan?
No.
What friends? What men friend do?
Why do you?
We're like animals. Men are like animals.
So you have female friends?
I don't have no female friends. Kidding me? I'm in a happily married relationship. You know what I do?
What?
I am the worst friend.
Why?
Because when it comes down to it, I don't put myself in situations. That's the difference between me and how I'm able to stay faithful.
Oh.
Other people will sit there and go, you know what? Yeah, I'll drink with a friend. You know, my girlfriend's at home with the baby or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and go have this beer with a couple of our friends. Just one beer, just one shot.
So wait, men can't go out with friends, or only if there's a female there?
No, I'm saying if they go out with the female, you know, if they
okay.
meet the female, or whatever, and then the female starts hollering at them, and then you say, "Oh, we're just friends. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the after party." And all of a sudden, you're smashing in the back.
You go to a party.
I just
with another female.
Slip, fell, landed on his.
Okay. Don't finish that sentence. If you go to a party with a female, without your female,
no, yeah, but
it's an issue.
But you're there with friends, right?
It doesn't matter. The fact that
that's the delusional man. That's what kills me. I've heard that so much, and they tell me, "Oh man, it was an accident." I'm sitting there like, no. But hey, man, you make your bed, you lie in it. You got to take responsibility for yourself. That's it. Nobody wants to take responsibility for this shit. What they want to do is they want to blame it on liquor, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the Molly. I don't know anything about
Molly?
that. Yeah,
What? You're not doing anything on Molly except for passing out.
Oh, yeah? I don't think so.
I've seen videos.
Yeah, y'all haven't.
I've seen videos.
Well, no, the thing is, you in your head, you're having amazing... You know what I mean?
Are you talking about ecstasy?
Same shit. It's the same thing.
Is it the same thing? I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't know if it's
uneducated drug podcast.
I have no idea. Is it? Well, why did you think it was the same thing? Did you hear that it was? That's what it was.
I don't know.
I thought.
Isn't that what rappers say? They're sitting there talking about Molly and popping Mollies, and I don't think they pop a Molly and go to bed. They pop a Molly and start smashing chicks. I don't know.
No, I thought a Molly was remember in Florida when it was a zombie?
That is not.
I think it was.
No, that's that K-12 that you were watching.
No, that's
the
K2.
Zombies are in K2. They were sitting there.
No, I'm
gonna
each
have other's faces.
I'm gonna have to look that up
bath
because
salts.
now oh, that's right. That's bath salt.
Mm-hmm. I want to go upstairs and lay in some bath salts.
Right? Like actual bath salt.
Take a bath salt bath.
Like 2019 was crazy.
That's not 2019.
That's 2018.
Was it?
I don't know. It all melded together.
Probably like 2 years ago.
It all molded
Florida
together.
is always crazy, so I'm sorry for the Florida people. I mean, you guys. I mean,
No,
there's got to be a
everywhere.
trade-off.
It's everywhere.
There's got to be a trade-off.
No, why?
You guys have amazing freaking weather. You guys have Disney, so now you have zombies
Because they have Disney.
because you have Disney.
You gotta
Because you have
have
Disney, now you got, you know what I mean. You got
Zombies.
Zimmerman.
So
and
so
zombies.
if so if you're being chased by zombies, at least it's sunny.
At least it's sunny, and you should be fine unless it's one of them bad storms come off the coast.
Okay, so since we're talking about the year and not knowing, I don't know. So many things happen. So many things happen in a year. The other day, somebody asked me, when did I start the company? And when did I register the company? And all that stuff. And I was like, giving out dates, throwing out dates. And I looked it up, and I was way off.
Really?
Yeah, I was way off. The working in it was right, but the register, I guess I was working the company, at the beginning, and I hadn't actually registered the company with the state because that's different. You could
Right. You were only doing it illegal at that time.
you're not doing it illegal. Don't say that. That's not what it is.
The government's coming.
It's just you're not a legit business at that time.
right.
Then at that point it's a hobby. That's what they
Mhm.
consider it.
Mhm.
But I gave the date. I was like, yeah, I think it's like such and such time. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, I was like months, almost a whole year off.
It's okay. I do that on my birthday all the time.
How do you forget your birthday?
It's all the Molly I've popped.
Oh my goodness, don't say that.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's
Don't
not
say
true
that.
at all.
So then, with going with the theme of the new year, you had asked me a question. Well, you wrote down a question for me, and I wanna answer it. The question is, how have you grown as a business owner from the beginning of 2019 to the end? So if I'm sitting thinking actual, because like I said, I had my dates mixed up. 2019, it went by very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very fast. And I was going over contracts that I've had, this year. Because tax time's coming, making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Systems are very important, so I have everything, that I'm going to hand over to the tax preparer. So I'm looking at it, and some of my clients are going on close to, I think the longest person so far that I have that, because I've had clients, but I mean like staying and actually staying with me for long periods of time has been, I think the most was like 10 months, 11 months. And that's because when it comes to small business owners, for those of you who don't know, we have a virtual service company. It started with me being the VA, which is a virtual assistant, and actually it's transitioning now into the online business manager position, which is great, exciting, because I think it fits me very well. When I think about it, like if me and you were talking, babe, and somebody says, you ask me like, what is it? I would say it's basically controlling the back end of somebody's business, and not like controlling it for like your own benefit, but controlling it in the sense of, don't check behind the curtain to see Oz type of deal. Mm-hmm. You're running and making sure everything is running behind the scenes. Nobody knows. All they know is that person's killing it, and they don't know how. They just know that the person's out there.
Right. And
as the OBM, you basically are you're Oz, and you have a team, and you run the team, and you control the team. As a VA, you're part of the team. As an OBM, you run the team. So at the beginning of 2019, I knew I was a VA, and that's where I was. That was my thing. I had no thought that I was going to go anywhere else.
Right.
And then as time goes on, you learn,
You have a few more clients.
You have more
your
clients.
business gets bigger.
Yeah, you see what you like, what you don't like, and then that's why it's transitioned, because I enjoy the VA side, but scaling the company, I can't stay there, and I don't want to stay there, not because I don't like it, but because I'm trying to scale, and you can't. It's like if I think about it in a retail form, that's like going to work for a retail store as an associate, coming in as an associate, and then there being an open management position. You want the management position, you're qualified, but you don't take it. It's the same thing. I was in a VA position, which is wonderful because we need VAs, but it's time to transition. And I'm super excited about it because I get to run shit, behind the scenes.
Right.
And I love that. I love knowing that I helped create something. Not only in my company. I mean, one thing you told me was how I asked you, I told you that this is what I had to do to register the company. This is what I had to do to get an EIN number. This is what I had to do for this, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, wow, like you really did a lot. You literally did that from nothing. Mm-hmm. And to me, I knew that. But it was nice to hear somebody else say it.
Right.
So to know that for other business owners, I get to be that person. I'm pretty excited for 2020. And
so you like to be the right hand man.
I do.
Or woman.
I do. I like to be the person, and it's weird, but I like not that I am looking for drama, but I like the hustle and bustle of everything.
Right.
I enjoy it. I thrive on it, to be honest. And that's why I'm, staying in a VA position is not a good idea for me, because I know the gifts I was given, they're used better as the OBM. But if I look back and just keep it simple and answer the question just in one sentence type of deal, I will say that I had all these ideas at the beginning of the year of where I wanted the company to go, but I never wanted to say them out loud because I felt like they were delusional in a way. Mm-hmm. And that sounds weird, but I am the big thinker person. Like I think big, and sometimes like people call it you're a dreamer. They say you're a dreamer. But the difference is throughout the year, I took all that information, all those ideas, and I didn't just dream about it. I put it into effect. And I feel like now when I need to do something, or when I tell somebody that I'm, this is what I can do, I have more confidence. I have way more confidence in what I can do myself. And yeah, I would say that's it. I'm more confident now than I was at the beginning. I don't know, you being on the outside, what do you think?
There was a lot of bumps to go from point A to point B, or C or D. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of different changes, whether it was pricings, whether it was job duties. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there was things. Okay, I want to do this. No, I really don't want to do that after doing it. So what I would say is that your experience level, if this was a video game, has gone up quite a bit. Mm-hmm. You're doing great in your field, and for you jumping over to the OBM, which I don't know if you've actually identified what an OBM is on the podcast. So,
well, I said it was an online business manager.
Okay.
I didn't go into details of the definition. Okay.
So yeah, when you jumped over to the OBM side of things, now it's like a whole new world, and you're sitting there having to not reinvent yourself, but reinvent your business.
Well, I wouldn't say I get how you can think that, but it's not so much as reinventing as just closing the chapter on one thing and now it's time to write it again.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's a whole different brain. That's why I like the way we started with the company. It's Figueroa Virtual Services. It's not specific in the sense of VA,
Right.
or because virtual services is such a blanket statement. Because I did not want to be put into a box.
Right.
I just because when I first started, I had an idea of what I wanted, but I didn't, and this is such a cliche and it's said so many times, but it's true. You don't know what you don't know. So from the beginning of the year to now, I mean, even things like, we'll go with pricing. It's hard. It was hard at the beginning of the year to say, I'm going to raise my prices. I mean, how many conversations where I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to backpedal. I'm going to go back to the old ones because, yeah, I do feel like I'm the service I'm giving is worth the new price, but I just don't want to do that to people. I don't want to do that.
When you go online and you see, and when you compare your pricing with other people's, and how, you're giving so many more services, or you're putting so much more time into your clients and everything like that, you should get paid for that. You should be able to charge,
right?
Because it's like someone building your house. You know what I mean? They give you a quote, and you go ahead and you plan things out. Now, if things come into play where the job is going to start taking longer, more supplies, changes.
That's hard too, though.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. And we have family that do jobs like that, where they have to sit there and they give you a price up front, but now an estimate. And now you have to sit there and go, hey, it's going to take more. And so the person goes, no. Well, guess what? Then, you know what I mean? You're covered by a contract, but those are like verbals or whatever. I don't think they do contracts.
No,
but you're covered by a contract. It's just difficult to sit there and go back to the well. Like, listen, this job is going to take longer. The stuff that you have given me, or the changes that you want, are not going to fall in line with the pricing that I initially gave you.
I dealt with that.
Yeah,
many times.
Oh, yeah.
In this year.
Yep.
I had situations where, and this is not so much as, there was one time where it was obvious somebody was taking advantage, but that's not always the case. It is lack of knowledge on both ends,
right?
And that's why shameless plug here, and I mean shameless because I really don't feel bad about it, but I'm leaving the VA position to be the OBM, but I have all that knowledge, and I'm talking about from starting to what I learned, tricks that I've learned, programs that I've tried. I have tried so many things. I tell you, free trials are my best friend. Well, they were. Now I know what I'm going to use. Now I've pinpointed the ones that I am going to use, and that's it. But it wasn't always like that. And so I had to deal with people where I didn't know how to price. They were taking advantage. And they use that whole, well, you told me it was this and blah, 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 blah. So you kind of feel obligated to stick to what you said. And not so much, even though you feel it, how you're saying, well, I need to do more because I need to charge more because I'm giving a lot. But you don't do it. You don't tell them. They ask you, and you say, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. And
that's a maturity thing.
And now, because just over a year, and of course I have a business coach, and I've also dealt with some people that have been wonderful and very instrumental in my career, and in my business. But now going into 2020. My confidence level I knew what I could do before. I'm not going to say now I know. No, I knew what I can do. I have no problem boasting about what I can do. But in the same sentence, I wouldn't charge, or I wouldn't, make it higher, and I would let people get things for free, and even though I knew what I was doing was great, I still would struggle with that. And that's why I wanted to start the VA membership, because I'm like, okay, I need to help people. Even though I'm leaving the VA position and going into the OBM position, I needed to give that information, the struggles that I went through, the trials that I went through, the things that I've tried and failed on. I want to give that to other people, because being a VA has saved myself and has helped my relationship. Not because we're in a bad relationship, but because when you're not happy with what you're doing, when you're missing something, and I mean like career wise, because just because you're missing something, it's not always a relationship thing. It could be something. It's a personal thing. And me being who I am, I needed that. I needed my career. I needed to be contributing. And yes, I'm taking care of our family, and helping to raise our kids with you and things like that. But it's not the same. I needed something for myself. So I know there's other women that are dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
And I can't say men and women because, I don't want to leave men out. No, I obviously don't know what men are going through. I'm not a man. But I know what women are going through. I know what stay-at-home moms are going through. I know how your identity gets lost and sucked into your family. And again, it's not that you don't love them, but the way I see it is there's multiple parts of you. There's in my case, I'm Sasha, I'm mom, I'm wife, I'm friend. Sasha was getting lost, and I needed to do something. And I was blessed enough to be in a position where I could start a business and not worry about it. But then again, that's another thing that changed in 2019 too. Because if you remember at the beginning, I was taking any client I can, any client I can take, because I wanted to bring money in. Mm-hmm. And then and actually I would say that started last year. That was all last year was like crap deals and all that stuff. But whatever. So I was taking on clients that I knew I shouldn't be taking on, and that was not doing anything for anybody, not them or me, because honestly, if I'm not a good fit for them either, I need to not take that position.
Right.
But I did not know that before. So that's why I wanted to do the VA thing, because the membership, because I want to help teach women to have a VA business, to be there for their family, to not have to worry about feeling guilty about making money, because you're actually able to be there for your family in home. And that was a big deal for me, and that's why I will never stop doing this. I will never stop doing this. My goal, my goal is to get you home instead of working for the redacted company. Redacted. So that's my goal. So in 2019, I would say that I went from my maturity level as in the sense of business and knowing myself and being honest with myself from January 1st to now has grown 10 times fold,
Yeah.
I think it has. I think I'm a better mom. I think I'm a better wife. I think our relationship is, we have a kick-ass relationship, not to brag, but it's pretty cool. But I think it's even better now. I think one thing that I will say, and this is just kind of, I don't know if this is off topic or not, is if you have kids, don't neglect your relationship. Don't let it just be mom and dad. You have to be, in our case, Sasha and Chris. So anybody that's feeling any type of strain when it comes to that, you have to make time. It doesn't mean you don't love your kids. It just means that you also love your relationship with your partner. So just I don't know. Do you think that's kind of just us, or do you think that people actually are going through that?
No, I totally think that's what people go through. I think people let their pride dictate a lot of their relationships. Oh, my girlfriend, my wife, or whatever, she told me this and this and that, or whatever. You know what I mean? She told me to shut the hell up, blah blah blah, and then now that hurts your pride or whatever. And you guys, instead of talking it out, now all of a sudden you're planning how you're going to get back, and you're going to do things like that, or or men get abusive or verbally abusive, and oh, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'll do this, such and such, or whatever.
And that's pride.
And that's pride. That's all that is. That's all that is. Oh,
I mean,
okay,
sometimes,
sometimes
they're really bad people, but
of course,
majority, there is pride getting in the way.
Yeah, I think, you know what I mean? And when it comes to men and women, they need to check that shit at the door. They need to not be like that when it comes to, if you're going to share the rest of your life, you're going to say I do to someone. There's got to be give and take. You have to do that. And if you think that that's not going to be not in my relationship, I do what I want. This is my house, my four walls, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? You're going to be by yourself, whether it's later on down the line, you know what I mean? Or whatever. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't get how your number one, your sidekick, your number two, whatever, if you're number one, then your number two has to be your partner. Like, period.
Yeah.
So you're number one.
Even with kids.
And exactly, because you guys, 1, 2, you guys have to stand up together with the kids, because you know what those little kids are gonna do. They're gonna try to run you. They're gonna try to do what they want to do, because kids are nothing but emotional, like.
Tiny adults.
They just take. You have to emotional suckers. Emotional suckers. They just take. So it's not like they're looking out for you. You know what I mean? You're molding these kids to be good people, good, honest human beings, not worthless. You know what I mean? You're sitting there molding them into being good, productive people in life. Now
that starts from the top,
and it starts from you, you and your wife, your significant other, or whatever, your partner. Because what ends up happening is that if you guys are divided, then you don't have structure in your home. So that doesn't mean that if you guys was to fight.
I was just about to say that.
That doesn't mean if you guys was to fight or argue or whatever, you know what I mean, the whole world is coming to an end. No, that's where you guys work it out. Because if you don't work it out, it's gonna just manifest bigger and bigger until it breaks.
This is something you guys can't see, but everything he's saying, he's drawing some kind of some type of illustration is being put down for it. That's cool. I like that you're doing that. But that's why I like our podcast, because it's not just about family and relationship. It's also about business, because they go hand in hand, and people don't realize. You think that if you're gonna have a business that's successful, and you're not gonna have structure in your personal life, you're sadly mistaken, and you're gonna fail.
Yep.
You're gonna fail. Not saying you have to be married, not saying you have to be in a relationship, but you have close relationships, family, friends that are important to you, moms, dads, cousins, whoever's in your immediate vicinity, your immediate circle. If you do not take care of those relationships, your business is going to feel the neglect.
I thought you were gonna say fail, and then you said feel.
No, it's gonna fail too. It's gonna fail too. No, it's gonna feel the neglect. I mean, obviously your business is not a living thing, whatever. But it's gonna fail. We'll say it's gonna fail, because if you can't focus on your company and you can't focus on your business, then guess what? You're not gonna get nothing done. And I actually have a question for you. I put a lot of time in this company, a lot of time, because we're building it, we're creating something, we're creating a legacy, and even though we've been doing it for a couple years, it's still very new. So, were there times that you felt neglected? Like the immediate reaction was neglect, and then you talked yourself through it. Oh, she's building a company, blah blah blah, or is it always, no, I know she's building a company, blah, that's it, not like no emotion to it whatsoever?
No, there's definitely that crossover period. To go from a full-time stay-at-home mother, wife,
yeah,
where you're basically waiting on me to come home so we can do stuff.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that part of you has changed so much that you're not sitting there waiting on me to do anything now because you're so busy yourself. I'll come home and you come over, give me a hug, kiss, whatever, and oh, I'm going back to the office because I got such and such this project to do and everything like that. But back in the day, I would get home and I'm tired from working at Redacted, and it's just ridiculous. And so I would come home and you got you and the kids come running at the door and you guys are like, yo, let's go to the park, let's go this, let's go that. And honestly, I wish I had the energy for to just be like, yeah, let's go. And I don't know how. I think some people lie, because I'll tell you guys, me and the people that I know up close, my coworkers, they don't do that. And so don't, and I'm talking to the men here, don't feel like crap. Don't feel like you're letting your family down when it comes to, they want to go to the park and you're not taking them out today because you're tired. No, when you're not tired on your day off or whatever the case may be, just make sure you do find time to do stuff like that with them. But yeah, you're gonna have to turn them down a lot, because work needs to be done. You need to be able to have your frame of mind correct. So, because right now I'm in the plugging away stage of my life. I'm working. I don't see myself being in this stage forever until I drop dead. We're working like this so we can go ahead and
step back
and get to a point where we can step back, and then all of a sudden, instead of having to work 5 days a week and only having one solid day off, now all of a sudden we're going to have 2 days off, 3 days off, or maybe get to a point in our company or business 4 days off, and stuff like that. Or we work a couple days during the week, 1 week like 5 days a week, and then the next week you're off,
right?
Give or take or whatever. You have to have some type of goal that you're striving towards, because if you just go ahead and I'm just gonna put my head down, put the
pedal to the
metal, hammer to the grindstone, whatever the hell the analogies are, you're gonna waste yourself away. And I know a lot of guys who have sat there and at my Redacted job, lived there. They've worked 5-6 days a week, made over $125,000 in a year. But guess what? They burn themselves out and then they quit because my Redacted job is ass. Shocker. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Redacted.
Like,
I will never call the company by its name ever again, even when it's just me and you talking. I will literally say, and how was work today at, and I'm going to say redacted. Redacted.
You have to make it sound computer-like, you know what I mean?
Redacted.
Redacted.
How many times can we say redacted?
In one episode.
Redacted.
I don't know, but I jumped in from a few different points, but my points are just basically for the men, for the fathers.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're not perfect. Nobody's a perfect father. What you need to do is just work on being better. better for your wife, better for your child, and better for yourself. Because what's going to end up happening is that you're going to forget yourself. You're going to become basically not even a shell of what your former self was, and just basically turn into a robot, and then you're gonna die. I firmly believe, I honestly believe that you're just going to work yourself into a depression, and then you die.
So, not unless it includes us, not including time with the kids, not including time with me. You yourself, you have your thing. I mean, that is yours to, just be yours.
Yeah, I'm a gamer. I am quite happy losing myself in fake basketball, fake football, fake storylines in video games, fake WWE or whatever wrestling games.
And do you feel that helps you? That helps you not become, like you said, a shell of yourself?
A robot? Yeah, no, because that's exactly who I was growing up. I loved gaming.
So wait a minute.
I mean, am I trash? Yes, because I don't put the hours in. I get smoked in these video games by these teenagers. You know what I mean? Am I the same person? No, I'm not that good anymore. But I still have fun with it.
So men have identity crisis just the same.
Yep.
But you know what? You know what it gets called?
Midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis. And that sucks. That sucks. That it makes it seem like it's supposed to be a short-term thing and then get over it. Because I dare you to tell women, get over it. There's drama.
Yep.
And after hearing what you just said, that I kind of feel bad. Not like I'm doing anything unless I have done something to make you feel some type of way, but as a whole, to think that men are dealing with that potentially and it's never talked about, that kind of sucks. Because women, we complain about everything, that we're feeling it, we're saying it.
Yeah. And I have a lot of friends who I believe in this time of their life, they're going through this type of stuff. Coworkers, friends, acquaintances, whatever you want to call it. They're going through this time of life. This time of their life. They've gone through divorces. They've gotten back with their significant other because, their exes, because I don't know, sometimes it's for the kids, sometimes it's for love, but I've seen divorces, I've seen true love fight through.
Right.
I've seen breakups, and it's like, and I'm not saying it's because of people being selfish at all. I'm not saying that, because sometimes it just doesn't work out. But you made your bed, you have to lie in it. So while you're lying in it, try to become better, so that it doesn't happen again. Because it doesn't mean that the world is going to end. Tomorrow's still going to come. You know what I mean? Unless Jesus comes finally. You know what I mean? It's not. Finally. The news likes to sit there and say the world's coming to an end. Trump this, government this, they're taking your guns. It's always something. The thing is, tomorrow's going to come. Know your household and protect your household. Just get your ducks in order, man. Unless you know what I mean, you want to just get, what is it, natural selection. You just get thrown by the wayside, because you know what I mean. I like to consider us fighters. We're not just pawns
And on that note, I'm actually going to stop you for a second, and we're going to finish in part 2. So if you want to continue listening, you have to wait for part 2. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do part 2, and we'll publish them at the same time, so you can listen if you want to binge. But those of you that don't want to binge, you can stop it. So that's it for this episode. We will be back with part 2 of basically talking about where we see ourselves from the beginning of 2019 till now.